Live from the can, it's Christian's Corner! And here's your host, the man that never backs down from a boring movie challenge, the man who likes crap but loves good stuff, Christian! Hello. So, yeah, I'm still in the bathroom, even though I said I wouldn't be after today. Just felt like it was a good place to record. Don't really have as many movies to talk about today. Still going strong with my challenge of watching at least one new movie a day. And I think I might be able to pull this off for at least a month before I, stop dead halt. I've already gotten tomorrow's movie planned out. I have a very late night class that I gotta go to, so I can't watch a movie at night. But I am going to go see Winter's Bone, which opened here last week. Yes, I know it's been out for a long time in the United States and is already out on Blu-ray over there, but this is Sweden. The movie company's kind of bitchy to us here, and they save their movies for strategic planning. So, yeah. Today's movie is a movie that I've been meaning to see for a while, and I managed to pick up a rather cheap copy on Blu-ray a couple of weeks back. Namely, L.A. Confidential. L.A. Confidential is I guess you could call it a throwback to classic film noir. It takes place in, I think it's the 1950s, and is basically, it's kind of like Sunset Boulevard, this big Los Angeles crime drama about how, everything's corrupt and how, everyone's in everyone's pockets. And it starts out kind of slow, but hey, that's the charm of it. It just works into its drama. And my God, if it wasn't a glorious movie. I've heard enormously good things about L.A. Confidential. It has a rating of 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was 79 reviews total, 78 of them were positive, which makes me wonder what that one dude that gave it a negative review was thinking about, because that guy must have been fucking crazy, because this movie is genius. Not revolutionary in any way, mind, but the thing is, film noir was fantastic in the 1940s and early 50s. Most people say that the genre was killed by Orson Welles' Touch of Evil, and that is very much true, and at least to a grander extent. That was the biggest movie they could muster, and then it was sort of died off. And over the years, there have definitely been movies that have gone back to that classic formula. And when you make a film noir crime drama, it's not really about revolutionizing it, because there's nothing to revolutionize. Film noir is a very classic dark style of narrative when it comes to crime and cop dramas, and I don't really think you can revolutionize something that has the outlines that a film noir has. But for what it's worth, L.A. Confidential, it really just, for a modern noir story, it is amazing. It is so well put together. The cast is fantastic. You have your main characters played by Kevin Spacey, Guy Pearce, and Russell Crowe, who are all fantastic in their diverse roles. Guy Pearce is our main lead, this uncorruptible cop who became a police officer because his father was killed, and he's looking for the one that got away. You got Russell Crowe, who's this really mad and violent, loose cannon cop that you get to learn a little bit about his reasons why he acts the way he acts over the course of the film. And then you have Kevin Spacey, who's he's the guy he's the corrupted cop who still has somewhat of a heart, because basically his whole role in this movie is that he's a sleazebag. You don't like him, you're not supposed to like him, but in the end he shows some promise as being a good human being deep down, and it's just great. Kim Basinger also really good as Russell Crowe's love interest in this film, I guess you'd say, a prostitute who is dressed up to look like a movie star. She actually won an Academy Award for this. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Directing, and like best art direction and some other things, but it won for best supporting actress for Kim Basinger in her role here, and for best screenplay, which it definitely deserved. This movie's screenplay is great. Like as I said, it's not revolutionary, and it can't really be revolutionary because it wouldn't be a classic film noir if it changed what it is too much. But the story is just so good, so tight. Every line of dialogue fits so perfectly. I'd like to say it's a lot like Shutter Island. Shutter Island is a movie that's rather predictable. Like the end outcome of the movie doesn't really matter. It's all about, I'm gonna say the journey because it sounds really, really corny if you say it like that, but yeah, it really is. It isn't about the movie itself, you know, the experience being a revolutionary, changing one. It's about the sum of its parts. How is the journey up to the end? And that's exactly what this is. Like, we follow these guys. We, from the beginning, already suspect who the big villain is in the end. Like, who is... Like, it's got to be a big official, you know? It's a corrupt crime drama, like any film noir. Obviously, one of the characters you meet in the film's first 10 minutes is the bad guy. That's usually how film noir worked. You immediately see all the characters, and usually you can always tell, okay, you're the guy with the power, that means you're the asshole. Or maybe someone above you that we haven't seen, but you're definitely an asshole and you're a big player in this. That's how it works in almost everything. And yeah, that's how it works here. But it works so well, as I said. So yeah, see LA Confidential. You won't regret it. I was going to try to watch Mulholland Drive directly afterwards, which is like basically another LA movie. It's takes place in Los Angeles, but it's David Lynch, so it's kind of like out there. And I was having a hard time focusing on LA Confidential because I guess that's the only thing you could say about the movie, as the movie is 2 hours and 17 minutes, I think. And even though it's 2 hours and 17 minutes of goodness, like the first 30 minutes really had me almost like suffering to keep my attention. I was like on my laptop trying to search for some movies, just checking some other stuff. After half an hour, I got into the movie like really, really well, and that's when that's when you realize this movie's fucking awesome. And then after that, the movie had me in its grip. So yeah, actually, one of my few 5 stars. Like I have given, I think, I rate all my movies on this film database online, and I have seen, I think, 1,300 movies, and out of them 68 or something are 5s, and this is one of those 5s. This movie's amazing. Not the strongest 5, in fact probably the weakest of the 5s, and some of those 5s are very, very nostalgic. I mean, I gave fucking Sesame Street Follow That Bird a 5, but that's because I loved that movie as a little kid, and I'm allowed to be nostalgic and be biased sometimes. Yeah, so anyway, LA Confidential, really, really, really good. Really great, just like if you want to say, really good, like, the cinematography is really good in this movie, the editing's good. Like, I try to pay attention to those things, but it takes a really great movie for me to actually do it without having to actually force myself to look. And this movie actually made me just see the cinematography rather than focus on it, and that is another sign of a great movie. I have one more movie I want to talk about. I talked about it yesterday, but I felt I didn't do the movie justice in explaining it. I just went on to a rampant craze about how I am trying to like get up my high school movies. And also because today I work at a convenience store, as I said yesterday in my last video. And there's a big electronics store in the same department store as where this convenience store is. So I went up there today at my lunch break and bought a few films, and in a like sales, like big sales, like just tub of films, I found a movie I bought a couple of days ago for about $10. Only this time it cost $1. Heathers. Yeah, I bought Heathers again. For $1, I'd buy almost anything, but when it's a movie I saw just a couple of days ago and really, really liked, like Heathers, I felt, hey, I can buy that movie again. And in fact, I've already come up with my plan with this movie. When I next time I meet a girl who I want to make my girlfriend, I'm going to slip her this copy of Heathers, and I'm going to say this. Yeah, you're going to take this movie home with you. You're going to watch it, and if you like it, awesome. If you don't like it, then you don't have to call me again. Just, put the Heathers movie in, an envelope and send it to me, because, yeah, I want to have that for the next girl I find interest in. Anyway, Heathers. Where do you begin with a movie like Heathers? It's pretty much a high school movie that does everything wrong, but in the right way. I'd like to explain it like Mean Girls, if Lindsay Lohan's character was psychotic. And that's a very big compliment, because that it really works in the movie's favor. It's all about Winona Ryder, who is trying to become like the member of the most popular clique in school, as they call themselves, the Heathers. Like 3 Heathers. I think it's Heather C, Heather D, and then there's a third Heather who I think is like Heather G or H or something like that. She wants to be the 4th member of this group, and then she meets Christian Slater's alternate rebel guy character who's named Jason Dean, after James Dean, and he's this rebel. He's really, really dark and mysterious, and he's everything the other kids in the school are not. He's not afraid of the Heathers, and he openly, confronts bullies and jocks and shit. And it's basically about how it goes from just this fight the power film to becoming a real fucking a crazy, over-the-top, killer movie where they eventually start killing off people who they don't like. And it is brilliantly done, because it's not done in a horror movie sense. It's almost done for laughs. Not completely, but there's definitely elements of it that are made for a comedy. And something in between. It's like a satire comedy, and everything works in the film's favor. Because Winona Ryder's character is never really in on what they're doing. She's always shocked when something horrible happens, but she can't deny the fact that she's still somehow allowing it to happen, because she is so drawn to this guy that she can't get away from. So yeah, it's really powerful just to see it shown like that. And yeah, I saw this movie for 2 reasons. Because one, I read an article about Winona Ryder in Total Film, where they were showing up her biggest performances over the years, and it was this and her character from Edward Scissorhands that were mentioned. So I thought, hey, I've seen Edward Scissorhands a bunch of times, I want to see Heathers. And also because Heathers is in the spin-off book of 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die, 101 Cult Movies You Must See Before You Die. Understandably so, because this movie was really, really good. So yeah, I think that's just about what I have to talk about today. I shall return when I have seen more movies. Hopefully I will be able to record something quick when I get home tomorrow. I start really early the day after that, so might be completely wiped out. But hey, I guess I might have something to say about Winter's Bone. Or whatever else I might end up go see. Maybe I'll go see Megamind before or something, because Winter's Bone starts kind of late. So yeah, check back for the next video, and I will talk more about movies. And don't worry, we'll get to the video games eventually, but I just feel like there are no video games to talk about right now. There are end of the year, and I've already done that video, and it's on my blog, which I will, I guess, post a link on my profile. If you're watching this on YouTube, otherwise you're already watching it on my blog, which is awesome, because who am I kidding? You're not watching this on my blog. You're not watching this at all, are you? Oh, I gotta go before I hit that 15-minute mark and can't put this on YouTube. Next time. Bye.